Hello, my name is Joel Engelberth, and this is the Flip N Out YouTube channel. I stream here on the channel with my brother every Wednesday night from 10 to midnight, so come check us out sometime as we play live, interact with chat, have a great time. But yeah, today I have the opportunity to make a tutorial that honestly I've been very nervous about. Reason being is this game is beloved. I love it. This is actually my game. This is Godzilla Premium by Stern Pinball. I own this game. I bought the game from Zach at Flip N Out, and I love everything about it. But I'm nervous about this tutorial because there's so much here. There's so much here. Carl D'Angelo with IE Pinball has a game where, or a video where he's beat the whole game. I mean, it's an hour plus long. Papa Pinball with Bowen, they have an excellent tutorial. It's an hour and 20 minutes long. So obviously I want to make a tutorial here that's useful, but I don't want it to be an hour, but I don't want to forget anything. So if I do forget anything, please write it in the comments. Write it in the comments because there's so much here. This game's a masterpiece. There's a reason it's basically number one, number two on Pinside at all times. It's an incredible game, so hopefully if you haven't played a Godzilla, find one, play it. It's awesome. So yeah, we'll do what we normally do. We'll start with the playfield layout. This is a Keith Elwin design. I do want to point out, I have a lot of mods. I have a lot of mods on this game. So, you know, that figure, that whole thing back there, that thing, this thing, up there on the topper, they're all mods. I will try to put some links in the description. Huge shout out to Davey with Stumbler Mods and Paul with his mod with the Atomic Godzilla. But awesome stuff, but they are not stock. So if you go to buy one of these games new and you go, why is my Godzilla not lit up? That's why. They're aftermarket mods that I've put on this game. So here we go, shots and layout. In-lane, out-lane, nothing crazy here. What is cool here is the Mothra out-lane ball save is something you can earn as an ally. And then here, the Oxygen Destroyer out-lane, that happens on ball 3. If you happen to drain out on that out-lane, you have 10 seconds to hit the shot right up the middle and it'll save your ball and you can keep going. We have the Maser Cannon shot. This is a tough shot. It's very late on the flipper. That's a jackpot shot in a few different things. It's kind of a mystery reward, but it is a challenging shot, but it's way over there on the left. This shot, this next one, first off, thank you, Keith, for putting 3 spinners in your game. 1, 2, 3. The more spinners, the better. It's awesome. But this spinner, this left spinner, is such a challenging shot. It's fun. It's satisfying when you hit it, but it's definitely the hardest shot for me on the game, but I love it. I love it. What's cool about this shot is if you go through the right in lane, it'll light the Magna Grab and it'll grab the ball right here. This mech right up here is the Magna Grab. It's a magnet and it grabs the ball and it's an amazing mech. So that's how you shoot behind the flipper there to get the Magna Grab. There is an upper flipper here, kind of hidden here in the middle of the playfield, which I'll describe later, but you're going to use that to hit this loop shot. You can also hit the targets over here. On a pro, you definitely have to use that shot to use the target, to hit the targets on the side, but it's also how you do this tail whip shot, which I'll describe later, which is another very cool shot. We got a ramp, believe it or not. There's a left ramp hidden all the way back here. It does a 180, then goes through the building, then woo, look at that ball path. Look at that ball path. The left ramp is a challenging shot, but it is super satisfying. I really actually very much enjoy that shot. That's the left ramp. Then we have the Magna Grab, which there are times you have to hit it straight on, especially with bridge attack and other things. So that shot is right there. This was not supposed to be a shot. But they changed the magnetic core right here at the very last second, which made that shot big enough that you can hit it. And so you can aim for this shot. This is the wallop shot and will actually come through that way. So be prepared because it is coming. It's kind of a dangerous shot, but it rewards you with certain shots in certain modes. So it is very valuable. There are 3 stand-up targets here. 1, 2, 3 up there. That's used for power line. I'll describe that. So there are 2 stand-up targets right next to the building. Then we have the main building mech, which will shoot up into when the building lowers. Eventually, it'll lock balls on top of the building. So very, very cool mech, very interactive. It also will lower halfway and become a diverter so that these ball paths, instead of crossing, actually go back the other way, which I will show off as we go through the game. Then we have a spinner right here, right up the middle. This is for Tesla Strike. The heat wave or the heat ray, that's how you qualify that right up the middle. It's an awesome spinner, big spinner, and that actually feeds through over here. When you hit that, then we have the right ramp, super satisfying ramp, definitely something that by default, it does this, but when you lower the building halfway, it'll actually go this way, so that's something you can loop over and over and over again, so that's the right ramp. Then we have the upper loop, which is, oh wow, thought I cleared that. We got a lot of scribbles. Upper loop is something you can loop over and over and over again, and there is the Jet Jaguar shot. There's some perks to that. Then there's the tail whip, which I talked about. Then we have the Mecha Godzilla mech, which is awesome. He's got a little magnet in his belly, so when you go to start the mode, it'll ramp up this ramp and then be held right there on his belly. Otherwise, this mech turns, and then there's 3 stand-up targets. So the 3 stand-up targets end up being right about there, and you're going to hit those to help qualify Mech Suit multiball. Not Mech Suit, Mecha Godzilla multiball. Then we have the scoop. Oh, the scoop. Super important shot. Super important shot. It's how you start all your modes. It's how you cash out in certain modes. It's really important, and it's also very challenging. This is kind of a gatekeeping shot in a way for a beginner to get into modes, but once you figure this shot out, it's a key to the game, and it's actually very satisfying to hit. There's also a pop bumper right here, and you can kind of hit the pop bumper, and it'll send it back into that shot. The one pop bumper on the game, the UFO, is deadly, and it's awesome. There are plenty of times during the game where you have to aim directly at it. You have to aim directly at the pop bumper to cash out on something or to do saucer attack and so forth. Plunges, skill shot, there's a lot. By default, if you just plunge, it'll basically go back there, but there are a few skill shots here. So let's just go ahead and jump into gameplay. Oh, there's a lot to this game. There's a lot to this game, and I'm trying my best. I'm gonna try my best to go through it all. A ton of skill shots. Normally, if you're wondering what the skill shots are, you look at what's flashing. So this is flashing, and that is flashing. Skill shots. You can short plunge and go right over that switch. Skill shot. You can short plunge, go over that switch. Skill shot. You can go all the way over there. That's a skill shot. There's a secret skill shot where you actually plunge it and it falls in there. And then there are a few other ones where I think you plunge and then I think you hit shots. There's a bunch of different skill shots. The key with the skill shots, though, are you want to change it up. So once you do one skill shot, when you go to the next ball, you want to do a different skill shot because the value of that skill shot goes up based off of you changing it, and it also changes your ball save time. Before I plunge, if you look here in the middle, there are 4 cities. We got Tokyo, Paris, London, and New York. You always start in Tokyo. Tokyo corresponds with where you're at in the individual kaiju you're going to fight. There's 4 level 1 kaijus you're going to fight. So when you pick your first battle, that's locked into that city. And then there are 4 things that you can do in that city. You can do tanks, raid, bridge, and power. Those are the 4 things you have to do. You don't have to do them all in one city. But to get to Planet X, which is what I'm going to try to describe how to get to, you have to do all 4 of those things eventually. So let's just go ahead and plunge, and I'm going to talk about getting into a battle. A kaiju battle. So let's just do a short plunge here. That was way too short. There we go. So that'll be 1 skill shot. To get into a battle, you have to hit 2 ramps. So this is going to be a challenge because there's wire forms in the way. Holy cow. Shoot whamps. Shoot whamps. Oh my goodness. If this is a glimpse of what's to come, this is going to be... Oh my goodness. This is going to be a challenging tutorial. There we go. There's 1 whamp. Now, for the first kaiju, you can actually throw or you can shoot the same ramp. So I have now qualified my kaiju battle. To start my battle, I'm going to hit the scoop. There are 4 battles. What you basically need to remember with the battles are kind of what each kaiju does. Gigan is usually the go-to, so I'll describe these here real quickly. Ebera is spinners. You can see those lit, so you have to hit here, here, and here a certain number of times. Titanosaurus is stand-ups. You have to hit that, and that. And then Gigan is ramps. You're going to hit 8 ramps. And then Megalon is the tough one. Megalon is a roving shot. He pops up and down. I'm going to actually show Titanosaurus because he's easy to show. Titanosaurus, step 1, that target. Boom. Then it moves to that target. Boom. Then it moves to this target, which is a challenge. Boom. Then it moves down here to that target. Boom. And then you finish the mode at the Magna Grab. That is... There you go. That is Titanosaurus. That is how you beat the mode. So that is one raid or battle done for this city. Once you've completed something, Destruction Jackpot is lit up here in the middle. Come on. There we go. Destruction Jackpot, the more that you do these and complete these as the game goes on, they're worth more. So you're going to see the ball is held. It's going to end up being released, and I'm going to try to shoot this upper loop here. Boom, and totally missed it. If I hit it, though, it would look like that. Alright, so that is the raid aspect of this city down. Let's talk about tanks. Why not? So if you look on the playfield, there's always 2 green shots lit. It could be lit on any of the main shots. So if you hit one of them, it counts as a tank. So it says 8 more to advance tank multi-ball. Now it's moved over here, and that one is still lit over there. So let's do there. There we go. Here's another tank. Now, I've gone through the building enough that the building has actually lowered. So it's diverted. It's changed its state. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change my city. Let me change my city. That's an ally. There's a whole nother thing with allies. So if you complete certain parts of the game, you will get allies. Getting allies will help you. So Rodan is 2 times scoring for 60 seconds. I'm going to actually change my city. When you change your city, though, there's a... what is it? Destruction Jackpot? Not destruction. You'll see what it is. It's going to tally it up right here. Annihilation. Carnage bonus. Carnage bonus. So, if you do all the 4 things within a city, it's worth a ton of points. So, it's kind of a, do you want to stay in the city for points, or do you want to leave the city for progression? Another thing I can show here is Godzilla power-ups. There's a bar. I will show you here. There's a bar. Let's give myself some more time here while I throw the ball around. There's a bar in the upper left of the LCD. So as you progress through certain parts of the modes and such, you will gain value towards a Godzilla power-up. Let's go ramp, ramp. So there's the left ramp to get into another battle. Right ramp. Now that that is done, the reason I want to show this off is because the building's down. If I start Gigan, Gigan is the, this is ramps. But because the diverter's down, I can actually just hit the right ramp over and over and over again. So let's watch this feed. If I start here on the left flipper, boom. But look, because the thing's down, it's feeding the left ramp. So let's, let me just biff these shots for you guys. Yep. Why would I ever do a tutorial where I actually flip? Because I'm going to miss them. Alright. I have jet fighters going. Thanks for clicking on the video, guys. Even while I'm trying to demonstrate, I still train. Jeez. It was all part of the plan. All part of the plan, because if you want to ever get back into a battle, all we have to do here... is hit the scoop again. Yeah, we're going to go right back into Kaiju. Jeez. Okay. Now, my destruction jackpot, the building came back up, and that's because I had started a battle. So let's go ahead and get this destruction jackpot, because I want the building to go back down. There's so much going on at all times in this game, and it's just trying to, like, keep your head around it on what's going on. See, now the building's going back down. If I can just throw this ball. There we go. You see it's going to feed the left flipper again. There we go. There we go. Let's keep that going. Or not. Boom. There we go. This is where the really good players, this is almost like guaranteed. Another thing I have hit is my heat wave, so I can push in my heat ray. I can push and hold the button. That'll give me some shots. There we go. Maybe I just need to throw it from way down here. So I've got 7 and 8. There we go. So that mode is done. Being that I've completed 2 modes, there's an extra ball just automatically given to you. Let's talk about this multi-ball. So I have the green light. If I hit the building at this point, it's going to lock a ball. It's going to go up top. There we go. and it'll kick out another ball. So I have another chance at a skill shot here. Let's go ahead and lock another ball. There we go. Okay, and the third time I hit this, this will start the main Godzilla multi-ball. Alright, so I want to show off this multi-ball. This is a multi-ball you can do at any point. It's just all about hitting the building enough and then locking 3 balls. Let's change. There we go. We're going to change the music. Very cool moment here as the balls come flying down. When you're in this mode, you want to hit green shots. Blah, 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 blah. There they all are. I say green, they're all blue. You want to hit all the blue shots. Jeez. There we go. There's one. See, they turn green though. So every time you hit a shot, it's going to change color. Now it's yellow, and then it goes all the way up to red. Come on. Come on. I got to figure out which ones are easier to throw. There we go. So now that shot's going to be done. And then you cash out a super jackpot at the building, and then everything's relit. So you basically just hit shots, and once you hit enough of the shots, it'll be lit at the building. Good golly, Miss Molly. Come on, that throwing, there we go. And then we gotta do more. But obviously this is a multi-ball, so it would normally be pretty chaotic. Oh, now it's orange. There we go. Now we have a super jackpot here. Okay, it's important though to get a super jackpot. I'm gonna drain out. It's important to get a super jackpot in Godzilla multi-ball because that's how you qualify Monster Zero. Monster Zero right there. Okay, so we have done 2 Kaiju battles. So I've completed that. Let's talk about Bridge. Bridge has been going on in the background. Bridge is all about switch hits. So once you get enough switch hits, this is going to be lit, and then you cash it out at the magnet. So we need to get a bunch more switch hits. So can I... There we go. Let's get a bunch. There we go. I'm lit. Boom. And you can see it on the LCD screen right above me. You'll see it right there. Bridge. So it's at 25%, so I need to get more switch hits. I've got enough Mecha Godzilla multi-ball, or enough hits that now that turntable's spun, so I can hit those. But I want to focus on Bridge just to show that off. There we go. Boom. So I have technically destroyed the bridge. You can see the mechs freaking out. So now that the bridge is destroyed, for me to start that multi-ball, I need to go over the bridge. So to go over the bridge, I have to go through the right ramp. There we go. So I have now started Bridge Attack Multi-Ball. So Bridge Attack Multi-Ball is going to be orange shots. Come on. These wireforms are in the way. So there's an orange shot. There's an orange shot. Oh my goodness. Please. There's an orange shot. There's an orange shot. And then once you get enough of those, you cash out at, or you get your jackpot at the, oh, there's a wallop shot. There we go. So I'm bashing that, and then, there we go. There's the super jackpot. So it's important, well, super jackpots are obviously always valuable. I lost the ball. So just keep hitting what's lit, as I can't do it. Oh, it ran out of time. Okay. But yeah, so it's going to be orange shots, and then you're going right ramp. So let's drop out of that. So I'm going to go down to 1. Once I'm down to 1, you're going to see Bridge is going to be lit here soon. So that's how you do Bridge. You have to do all 4 of these things to get to Planet X. So let's go ahead and get this destruction jackpot out of the way. I don't know. I'm trying, guys. Hopefully this... I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but hopefully this is making a little bit of sense. So this is times 3 because I've hit 2 of them already. There we go. Alright, let's talk about tanks. I talked about it earlier. There's always a green light lit. Once you've hit enough of them, though... Come on, there we go. Once you've hit enough, tank multi-ball will be lit over here. I have an ally lit, and you can change it with the flipper. So if I want to get light out lanes, which is Mothra, you want to start the ally or you want to have the light lit when you go into the scoop. Oh, we got another power up because I've been completing things. Okay, I have a tier 2 battle lit, and that is because I've completed 2 of the normal ones. All you need to remember is the middle one is a multi-ball. It's not worth as many points. So let's try the top one. This is not a multi-ball. So a lot of the tournament guys like the middle one because it's safe. So in this particular mode, this is a fight or flight situation. So you're going to hit a certain number of shots. There we go. So there's 2, and you're going to see. Pretty sure the shots. Oh, I need to just keep my other hand down here so I don't drain. Yeah, the shots change color the more you hit them, and then they turn out. They turn off. So once you've hit enough, do you see how the scoop is freaking out? That's when I can hit the scoop, and this is your option. You either can keep playing, he will give you more time, or you flee. That's how you check out. So this is a pretty awesome mode because it's one you can just play as long as you want if you want to risk it, just for more and more and more points as you go. Alright, give me my ball back. Okay, we were talking about tanks. Let's hit our green shots. How many more do I have? Okay, I've hit all 10. Tanks is now lit over here on the right. So tanks multi-ball is something that you can kind of always be chipping away at and not realize how close you are to it, and then you get into tank multi-ball. So tank is going to be the 3rd option, and that just leaves us with power. Talking about power. So if you look, the green lights are slowly going to go towards Godzilla, and Godzilla is the magnet grab. So basically in this multi-ball, you see how they just moved? You want to hit green shots before they get too close to Godzilla. Because I'm not. See, now they're at Godzilla. So you wanna technically hit them both before they hurt you. And then you have to cash out on the jackpot over here on the mazer. And then here we go again. So you can keep going with this. It's gonna move, it'll move to the center shot. And then slowly more and more tanks happen over time before you cash out the super jackpot. There we go. And then I should have, there we go, there's my tank, and now my jackpot's lit over here. So, cool little mini wizard mode here, or multi-ball, but I'm going to drop down to 1, so I'm out of that. So tanks is going to be lit here real soon. So that just leaves me with power. Power is also something that's kind of always going on in the background. We can get this destruction jackpot out of the way. There we go. Now these keep building because of the stuff that I've accomplished. 3, 2, 1. I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm just going to throw it. That's where we're at. Okay, let's talk about power. So power, there are 3 stand-up targets up here. So step 1 is you complete all 3 of them twice. So that's the one that's lit. So let me get that one. So now, once you've completed those 3 twice, you're going to see that the light is moving. So you see now it's moving right there. It comes back. You want to hit it when it's moving. You want to hit it when it's moving. So I've done that 2 times, 3 times. I think you have to do it 5 times, 4 times, and 5 times. Once you've done it 5 times, that's what starts power line. A lot of times this starts and I didn't even realize it. Like, I've never actively tried to get this done. But once you're in this mode, you basically, you hit up the middle, and depending on how strong of a hit, it increases the value of your next shot. So we have to hit another blue shot. Let me do, there we go. So I'm just working my way across here. So we're gonna hit that again, and then it's gonna light me a blue shot. Right up the middle. Okay, now we gotta do it again. It's gonna light a blue shot. My heat ray's ready, so I could always use that. There we go. I'm like nervous to throw that ball. And then we should have one more blue shot over here on the tail whip. So remember, to hit that shot, you gotta do this, which is very challenging. And that is how you beat power. So, that is technically the most stuff you can do in one city. Beat a kaiju, do tanks multi-ball, do bridge multi-ball, and do power multi-ball. So it'd be at this point that we would want to change cities. Let's get this, come on. There we go. Destruction jackpot lit. And then we're going to change cities because I'll show you guys the value that you'll get. Alright. Actually, before I change the city, I'm going to show you Mecha Godzilla. Because I think at this point, we're just going to go straight to Planet X. The reason I can go straight to Planet X is because I've done all 4 of these things. Not necessarily in one. Alright, come on. So you're going to hit these 3 targets. We'll spin the Mecha Godzilla mech, and then to start Mecha Godzilla, you go right up here. Mecha Godzilla multiball. Oh, there's other stuff I want to show you guys, though. I want to show you Monster Zero. I want to show you Terra Mecha Godzilla. Okay, when you're in this mode, you basically are going to hit blue shots. There we go. And then after you hit a blue shot, you have to hit the shield. And then you hit a blue shot, and then you hit the shield. And then you hit a blue shot, and then you hit the shield. Come on. Shield. And then once you've done that, then you cash out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Come on. Hit my blue shots. Boom. I think that's... Oh, I have to hit the wallop shot. There's the Mecha Godzilla Super Jackpot, which is what you need to do Terra Mecha Godzilla. So let's drain down to 1. I know. I drained down to 1. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna have to go into the scoop. Let's see what we got here. It seems Godzilla is power up level 4. Because I've done those 2 things, I have the option to light Monster Zero or light Terra Mecha Godzilla. So let's actually do Terra Mecha Godzilla. This is that Blizzard mode. So I'm not going to go to Planet X yet because I want to show you. I want to show you that mini wizard mode. Reports are coming in that Godzilla may be making his way. All right, we might have to beat another Kaiju to get to Planet X. This is huge though because I've done all those things and I did it all in one ball without draining. You get a ton of points. Ton of points. All right, so I should have right up the middle here. This is how I get to the Terra of Mecha Godzilla. This is a long tutorial, hopefully we're paying attention. So, to get to Planet X, you just have to do the 4 things. Every time you leave a city, you have an option of getting more points. What have I not? I haven't shown you Saucer Attack. This one is pretty cool. Now, the flips count. So what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to hit targets without flipping. So, you do it, as you see, every time I hit a target, the value of the targets is going up. Now, I'm not flipping because I'm cheating, so the game's probably like, what the heck's going on? Now all the targets are lit, but the reality is, every flip should be getting rid to get to my next stage. So let's just get through our flips. So there we go. That's targets done. Stage 2, spins. So you want to get all the spins without running out of... shoot 100 spins to add flips. So the value's going to go up, but obviously you're going to do that until you run out of flips. Boom. There we go. Now I'm going to be on the next stage. 8 ramps. If you get 8 ramps, you get more flips. So this is a flip-based mode. So let's get a ramp just to show the better you do at it, the higher your value is. So you can see it's 12 million per ramp. So let's go ahead and hit this button 60 times. This was probably a tough one to show off. Stage 4, so I'm just getting more balls. So obviously you're going to go through. Shoot any orange shot and until the flips are gone. So this is where all the points start really coming. So I'm just throwing them around. Shoot any orange shots until the flips are gone. And every time you drain, you lose balls. Or you lose flips. There we go. So this is a cool mode because my flippers are dead at this point. It's a really fun mode. It's not a fun mode to show off, but it's a very fun mode to play because you are really trying to play more controlled. It's not timed. It's all based on the number of flips. And it can be worth a lot of points. A lot of points. So the problem is, for me to show off Monster Zero, I have to get way further in the game. I have to get a lot more power-ups to light it. And I don't think I'm going to show that. Imposters is a whole nother thing to show. I could show imposters. Imposter battles are all about Magna Grab. So you got to go through here. It's got to grab, and then it's got to fall. You've got to hit a button so it falls through there. That's how you get an imposter. If you can do it consistently, you can get a lot of points. Rampage is now lit and started. Rampage deals with this shot over here. Rampage, you can see my ball saves on. That's all about, you want to hit 12 shots before it runs out of time. So there's 1, 2. This arrow is going to move pretty soon. 3. You're going to see it move over. Any moment now, it's going to probably move over to the building. There's 7 more for extra ball. Yep, see, now it's at the building. And so this time mode. Let's go. It's going to work its way all the way around. Alright. Let me, 2 more for extra ball. I don't think the mode ends. I think it honestly keeps going even after I hit all 12. So what I may end up doing is just draining. Nope, that was it. So it does end. Does it? Nope, still looks like it's going. Yep, still going. So I'm going to go ahead and drain. Just because it's a time thing. I don't want to, it's going to take a long time for it to get through all the shots. I'm going to have a lot of points there. A lot of points, that's ball 1, I think, technically. Okay, let's go back to it. Let's go ahead and hit the scoop. Let me get the Add-a-Ball. So Anguirus is the ally that I just collected there. That's an Add-a-Ball that you can pull into a multi-ball. Power up level 6. Let's go ahead. Sure, let's give myself some more time. Alright, we got mystery awards. We've got plenty to do. Kaiju battle. We need to go ahead and... oh, it's lit because I've hit the ramps. Let's do Ebera. This one's probably one of my favorite ones to play. The reason it's one of my favorite ones to play is it's just all spinners. So basically, you have to hit this one, boom, for 15 spins. This one, and then you're gonna go 2 up the middle. So there's 1 and 2. Oh, I went by the spinner without any spins. There we go. And once you've done all that, you're hitting over here. I have another ally lit because halfway through a mode you get an ally. Let's get this destruction jackpot out of the way. Sometimes you can't move while destruction jackpots are lit, I think. I hope I'm not saying too much wrong here. Another thing I haven't even talked about is jet fighters. As you go through the in lanes, you actually get jet fighter attacks. So 3 more to start a jet fighter attack. So boom, boom. This should be 1 more. And then jet fighter, you're going to see, is going to start. There we go. So once jet fighter starts, it's going to light some red arrows. Getting through jet fighter is how you can get extra balls, as well as allies. Super helpful. But it's just a time mode, so you're just hitting red arrows here. This is something that can interrupt or like do whatever you need to. And then my lock's already lit because I've destroyed the building enough for that. My heat rate, there's a lot going on. I can start working towards Mecha Godzilla again. So I've done my raid. So let's get my other ally. I want to get through this mode to see how I can get out of this city. I might have to do another... Oh, that's right. So I completed jets. Okay. So, where are we at? The building's done. So I can light battle. So I need to... That's right, I got to do a tier 2 battle. So I got to hit both ramps. Now my battle's lit. So I can come over here. Holy cow. I got to do a tier 2 battle so I can leave. This one's a multi-ball. This one is another fighter flea. There's a lot here, guys. I'm trying to get through it as quick as possible, and I realize we're 30-something minutes in. Okay, shoot building to fighter flea. So, same thing. So, shoot switches to light arrows. So, spinners. Spinners are what you want. Once you get enough spinner, then you're going to have lit shots. And then once you have lit shots, you can hit as many as you want before you cash out at the building. And this is where it's saying, hey, fight or flee. So you can keep going so we can fight. So now it's same thing. I have to hit enough switches to light my arrows. There we go. So my arrows are going to be lit. And same thing. The more arrows that I shoot, the more value I'm going to have when I cash out for this jackpot. Come on. There we go. So we're going to flee. So that's my second level 2 battle. Now that I've done that, I should be able to leave the city. And being that I can leave the city, that's I should be able to get to Planet X. That's the goal. So for me to leave the city here, select cities lit. There we go. I'm going to leave, and I'm going to Planet X. Okay, so the reason Planet X was lit, I've only done 3 cities, but Planet X, the middle insert here, the reason it was lit is because I did these 4 activities. Power, bridge, tanks, and I've done a Kaiju battle. So you could basically do all 4 of those in one city, Tokyo, and then you could go straight to Planet X. The deal with Planet X, though, is once you do it, that's it. You can't do other cities afterwards. So it's kind of a how far or how much do you want to go. So yeah, when you're in Planet X, this is a pretty cool mode. I mean, Godzilla's on the moon, right? Or Planet X. We're fighting the Exilians. Yeah, this is... So basically, all 4 things that you did to get to Planet X, you have to do again. So power lines, tank, bridge, and arrows. So you can see the power line targets are lit. So let's go ahead and get those knocked out. And we have to do arrows as well. So power lines should be done. And now I'm on to tank. So I have to hit my green shots for tank. Here's a tank shot. It's alright, lost the ball. There's a tank shot. You can see all my tank inserts. There's the tank shot. I should have one there. And then the hardest one. Easiest shot in the game. Hardest shot to throw. There's tanks done. And then I have to the jackpot shot. So that's it. So now I'm in a 5-ball multi-ball. So shoot bridge, captive ball. Deal. How many times? Let's do it again. And let's do it again. There we go. And one more time. Okay. That's 4. We doing... Oh, and then, yep, cash out on the right ramp. And now, I'm in a 6-ball multi-ball. And I'm shooting arrows. As I'm not shooting anything. So there's 1 arrow. 2 arrows. 3 arrows. Nope. 3. 4. Remember, 6-ball multi-ball. So this would be chaos right now. 5, 6, and oh, nope. There we go. So now that that's done, I have to hit the scoop, and that's how you defeat the Exilians. So flippers are dead. So it's the end of that mode, and then what's interesting is it actually creates there's a victory lapse at this point. The victory lapse is you do it all again. You do it all again, and you have 140 seconds or 2 minutes, 140 seconds to do it again. If you actually want to get to the official end of the game, which isn't King of the Monsters, if you want to get to the end of the game, you have to beat this mode. And this mode is very hard because it's timed. And right up the middle. I'm not going to show you that. If you want to see that, go check out Carl D'Angelo. I'm just doing it until my shoot again turns off. Alright, so that was the goal of the tutorial, was to show you guys Planet X. So I'm down to 1. So now that I'm down to 1, King of Monsters unlocked at power up level 8. That unlocks the final wizard mode if you get into a power up. So I'm power up level 7. Sure. And then I think... Oh, it's already lit because of what all I've done. So have I shown off everything? I haven't shown off Monster Zero because you have to get to that at a certain point. But to qualify that, you get it through the main multi-ball, which I've shown off. I've shown off Mecha Godzilla. Haven't shown off... There is a multi-ball associated... Yeah, 3 more to light saucer attack. 2 more to light saucer attack. Here we go. So, saucer attack... if you destroy enough saucers, you can get to this saucer attack multi-ball, which is very cool. I got a lot more hits to do. That's a multi-ball you can do. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and go in here. That's my power-up. There's level 8. So this is where you could do Monster Zero. So I could do this other one that I haven't done, or you can go straight to the end of the game, which is King of the Monsters. So another really cool wizard mode that's all about, yeah, doing a bunch of stuff. But you know what? I don't want to show it. I don't want to show it because... Get there. Deserve it. So, I think I've shown everything. There's just so much here. There's so much here. So let's... If you step up to the game, and it's your first time playing, hit 2 ramps, hit in the scoop, get into a battle. When you're in a battle, if you want to do ramps, go Gigan. If you want to go spinners, go Ebera. If you want to just hit stand-ups, go Titanosaurus. Do a battle, and then if you want to stay in that city, chip away at tanks, chip away at the bridge multi-ball, chip away at power. You can do things so that when you go to leave that city, there's a huge boost there. You can use Mecha Godzilla multi-ball or the main multi-ball to help you get through one of the modes. Then you're going to hit the scoop to change cities. When you're in a city, you have a chance to do it all over again. There's a lot of risk-reward. How long do I want to stay in the city? When do I want to move? To progress your way through to get to Planet X, all you have to do is these 4 things. But if you want to experience Terror of Mecha Godzilla or Monster Zero, you have to get super jackpots in Mecha Godzilla multi-ball and the main Godzilla multi-ball. I don't know. You just keep playing. Hit what's lit. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if this tutorial was good or not, because there's so much here, and trying to communicate it in a concise, understood way is quite the challenge. But hopefully I explained everything. Oxygen Destroyer, I didn't show that off because I never got to ball 3. But if you drain over there, you go up the middle and you saved your ball. Please, let me know in the comments. Was this useful? Was it not? What did I forget? What didn't I explain? I'll try to explain it in the comments. But I love this game, and so many people love this game. But I understand there's so much here that it can be daunting, and I don't want it to be. I want people to love this game and just play it and enjoy it. But yeah, so hopefully that was useful. Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate you for clicking on the video. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the things. Watch our other videos. Watch the past stream. Jared and I obviously streamed this just the other night. And yeah, appreciate you guys supporting Flipping Out and the channel. And everybody have a great day. See ya.